Welcome back from our commercial break. For those of you just now tuning in, our contestant here only has to answer one more question correctly to win the grand prize of $1 million. Let's get back into it, shall we? Contestant, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's get started. In the DC Comics entertainment franchise, what color is most commonly associated with the Lantern IP? 30 seconds to answer.
This can't be the last question. That's too easy. I might as well say it. I just don't know what else it could be. I can't believe this is the last question. They're just giving money away. It's Green Lantern.
Ooh, unfortunately that's not correct. What we were looking for is actually brown.
What?
Dog shit brown.
That wasn't even
But like the exact shade it is when your dog eats something it's not supposed to.
Why are you guys clapping?
Bubble guts brown.
So I don't get anything?
Ton to her brown.
We finally have a Lanterns trailer, and it looks interesting. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for clicking. After many months of being crumb-fed teasers for Lanterns, we finally have our first full-length trailer. It's about time. Today, we're going to talk about the trailer and then look at how people feel about it on Twitter, because you know everyone has the best opinions on there. Let's get into it. This shit has been said to be some true detective gritty shit since it was first announced, and it definitely does give that. Now, is that a good thing? Is definitely a question to be asked. For me personally, like little old me personally, I wouldn't necessarily choose for the aesthetic of my Green Lantern show to be this, but you know it's not my show, so it's okay. We got Jon Stewart played by Aaron Pierre and Hal Jordan played by Kyle Chandler. Now I know who Aaron Pierre is, and I feel like I've seen Kyle Chandler's face. Like he got one of those faces that's like, I know who this is, I feel like, but like I don't know who this is at the same time type shit. This Hal is older, kind of disgruntled, a little aggy, you know, they're arguing and shit. He's training a younger and in his prime Jon Stewart. The training in question is a little questionable. It's a little sus. He like drives their car off a cliff, jumps out, just leaves a lantern ring. Like, I don't know, it's a lot, bro. He's kind of tripping. The trailer doesn't give away too much story-wise. There seems to be some type of conspiracy in this small town. There's a cop that tells them to stay out of her way. Like, she literally says this town is hers. Her ass is also tripping. Seems like something happened at a high school football game. Potentially some casualties. So, seems like shit is dead ass getting serious. This shot is really interesting to me. There's a massive crater in the floor that looks like it could either be something landing from space, whether that be like a lantern ring or something to that effect, I don't know, or like a more localized explosion for whatever reason. Like, I don't know. This is very interesting. I don't know what's going on here. Very interesting. Okay, then we get into the most controversial part of the trailer, the suit reveal. We'll talk about all the reactions after, but I'll just say people are not with the suit. There seems to be a conversation from the football scene intercut between the rest of the trailer of them kind of arguing about who's better at being a Green Lantern and about how Hal is old, his old ass. Then we start seeing glimpses of action, and I really do mean glimpses. Like, they was not really trying to show us action, I'm not gonna lie. Seems like Jon Stewart gets captured somehow, some type of chase sequence, detective stuff, more chase sequence, explosions, whoever the this is. Swear this is Cap from Winter Soldier. Like, who is that? More explosions, ugly ass flying. That shit is so chopped. And a lantern. So that's fire. We get some more B-roll, but none of it looks that interesting to me, not gonna lie. Except for this, I don't know what the hell they're doing to his head. It's some type of orange device that's like hurting him pretty bad. I don't know if they're gonna get into like other colored rings in this season of the show, but I'd assume this is some type of fear device to hurt Green Lantern specifically, if I had to guess, but I could be completely wrong. Then we see Hal saying he's Hal Jordan, Green Lantern. Bro, swear that shit was tough. And then he beats up the guy he's interrogating. We also get to see the ring in action for a millisecond, like dead ass a millisecond. This shit was maybe 3 frames. But yeah, we see the ring like blast. So that is very cool, man. I know this is a teaser, but if there's one thing this trailer has me nervous about, it's the lack of elements that make Green Lantern Green Lantern. Like, don't get me wrong, there's definitely the fundamentals for something cool here. I don't hate it. I just want a little more green to my lanterns. Like, literally, look at this ugly ass suit. I've seen some people say people have no media literacy and the suit is supposed to represent Hal aging and quote unquote fading as Green Lantern, whether that be with status or with his morals. But that shit is ugly as like, I don't know what to say. Like, as that shit is so ugly. I don't dislike the sentiment of that, like conceptually, like having a more withered Hal that's maybe a little morally ambiguous and his suit reflects that would be cool. It just doesn't have to look like poo poo caca, but maybe it'll look better on him. I don't know. Then the final shot of the trailer is Hal and John talking, and Hal saying he's the only human Green Lantern and referencing a squirrel Green Lantern, who I didn't know who that was. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a super casual Green Lantern fan, so I looked it up. And apparently his name is Chip, spelled like CH''P. So that's fire. Anyways, this sticks out to me because he says he's the only human, and we know that's not true because Guy is also on Earth. So I guess they've never met, or he just doesn't with Guy or something like that. I don't know. Very interesting. Some more interesting little tidbits. This actor was reported to be an alien by Deadline when his casting was first announced, leading people to think that he's disguised as a human, maybe someone like Atrocitus, which I'm not gonna lie, would add a fire edge to the show. Like every week is like, is this person an alien? Are they actually a human? Are they human? Are they not human? That type of thing. So I could definitely see how the mystery element could be fire if done right. But yeah, that's the trailer for Lanterns, first official teaser. I'm kind of lukewarm on it, but based on the YouTube reception, people seem to like it. So that's good. I don't think it looks ass, but I can't say it looks great either. Like visually, I think it looks pretty good. Outside of the flying scene, I don't like how that looks, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, otherwise, the show looks good. Narratively, I think it looks okay. There's not too much to go off of, so I can't necessarily say it looks like boring or anything, especially because I know they probably don't want to reveal too much if it's like a slow burn mystery type of thing. But at the same time, I'm not gonna give it like extra points because they can't give away too much. Like, I'll just say the plot seems okay for now. But if they do play into the who's an alien, who's a human thing, that does sound pretty fun. So we'll see. I think my biggest qualm so far from what I've seen is really just like the vibe of the show, for lack of a better word. It's kind of like like this show looks like it would hit if you're over 50, like dead ass hit if you're over 50. Not derogatory, you know, I like media, like I really do, but it's just like, I don't know how to explain it. Like this just looks like something that a 50-year-old would think is tough or deep, which is like so interesting to me because like I said, I'm very casual when it comes to Green Lantern. So maybe if you know more of their canon, this makes more sense to you. But this is like the last thing I would think of if I was imagining a Green Lantern show being made. I think my biggest hesitation is that maybe it looks a little too grounded for me. Like if the DCU was split and there was a full Reeves verse, I think this will make more sense for me. But for James Gunn DCU, coming off of Superman and Peacemaker and Supergirl, this is not necessarily how I'd imagine a Green Lantern project to go. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, to be honest. People always complain about things feeling the same, so variety is not a bad thing. It's just not what I was expecting for Green Lantern, I guess. James Gunn has said this show has larger implications for the DCU as a whole, so I'm excited to see the mystery unravel and how it plays out for the whole DCU. That'll be cool to see. So far, I feel like nothing has really given us like a big punch as far as what direction we're going in. Peacemaker definitely had some stuff, but I don't know. Like I just want a little bit of meat and potatoes. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm being greedy. For the show, I'm limiting my expectations on the action just based on the trailer. It seems like action and big battle sequences, whatever, are kind of on the back burner, and the detective plot is front and center, which I'm fine with. Just gotta assess your expectations so you're not disappointed when you're watching. This trailer was supposed to come out one day after it did, but it got leaked because I think it was on a playlist unlisted or something. I don't know. DCU gotta lock and get that together. Anyways, that's all for the trailer. Let's get into the Twitter reactions. If this is real, I have like zero faith in this show. How do I tell you, gang? It is real. Unfortunately, like it's real. But zero faith is kind of crazy, bro. We gotta have like a little faith, like at least 30% faith. 25%, like can we do 25? 15%. The Brown Lantern. The Brown Lanterns. I like the style, but it's a weird color scheme if true. Yeah, this is pretty much how I feel. I don't hate the suit. The colors are just ugly as hopefully the other suits are peak and Hal's is just like chopped, but yeah, so far a little scary. Snyder did a better job and he shot that shit in his ass garage. OMG, I can't defend this. See, this is what I was talking about. Shit get real controversial, shit get real wicked. The Jon Stewart scene in Zack Snyder Justice League is okay to me. I don't think the suit looks bad. I just don't really like the lighting on this scene. Like, this is the most on the floor light I've ever seen. That shit is not it. This show is a real monkey's paw. Finally, Green Lantern has a practical suit, but also it's brown. I'm crying, bro. Dead ass. Why is that shit brown? I like the Lanterns teaser. This is fire. This makes me happy to see. If people do enjoy it, that is good. Genuinely, I'm happy. I hope the show comes out. I hope I'm completely wrong. I hope it's not just okay. I hope it's fantastic. I do understand why the show is called Lanterns and not Green Lanterns now. Hold on, hear me out. Maybe they're misleading us, and when the show comes out, it's gonna be hella vibrant, hella colorful, hella green, right? Like, when the show comes out, it's gonna be like full. You thought the show wasn't gonna be vibrant or green, you thought, right? Gets clear by the project that the Gunn cinematic universe is a waste of time. These are some very strong words. My opinion on the James Gunn CU started very positive and dipped more into the mid area after Peacemaker season 2, but I'm definitely still trying to stay positive. I don't think it's a waste of time, but we'll see what it actually amounts to in the end, considering the Paramount acquisition. Like, shit's about to get real wicked, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what you all expected, but I thought the Lanterns trailer looked really good. An actual TV series with complex characters, a real mystery, and actual tension. This is what it looks like when you add superheroes into a real TV show, rather than make a superhero TV show. I don't necessarily disagree with this, but to his point about it just being a real TV show with superhero characters, if you take out the Green Lantern elements, I don't think the trailer shows enough, at least for me personally, to get excited just on the merit of the show, like, alone. I don't really know what the mystery is, and whatever they're alluding to is not like the most interesting thing in the world. The most exciting thing for me is, like I said, if the people are aliens, and that's pretty cool, but nothing from the trailer implies that, so I'm just going based strictly off the trailer. So yeah, superhero or not, it looks very okay to me. This one is kind of lengthy, bear with me. Ethan Van Sciver, Green Lantern comic book artist, reveals that show's called Lanterns because it features other colors too. He adds that Sinestro will appear in every episode. The show's called Lanterns because it will also introduce other colors on the spectrum, at least yellow. The show looks great. It looks like it's been taken seriously as an adult drama mystery first and a superhero thing second. Obviously, they're holding back the green contracts and superhero stuff in this trailer. Sinestro is in every episode, and we don't see him in these 2 minutes. There is a reason for that. They're holding their fire. I have a feeling the show will win Emmys. The cast is solid. They seem inspired by Zach Kreger and Nick Pizzolatto. We're in for something substantial. Okay, so this is an interesting quote. Not gonna lie, this does make me feel a little bit more exciting. Confirmation on seeing other colors. Sinestro is in every episode, and the Sinestro line is interesting. Bro, I swear everything interesting to me, like that word just very like multi-usage, like that's a good ass word. Okay, so they say there's a reason that we don't see Sinestro. They're holding their fire. Does that mean Sinestro is also like a hidden alien, or like, I don't know what that means, but that's fire. Also, they seem inspired by Zach Kreger. Is very interesting, very interesting. We just came off of Weapons. We're getting a Resident Evil film from him. I know he has a pitch for a movie about one of Joker's goons, which is kind of irrelevant right now, but yeah, inspired by Zach Kreger sounds interesting. That's not really the vibes I got from the trailer, but if we see that, that'd be fire. Lanterns has officially hit around 2 million views in less than 2 days, with over 100,000 likes now, trending at number 1. It has just 8.6 thousand dislikes. I know I already showed this briefly, but this is good to see. I'm glad that people are enjoying the trailer. Like, I want to make it very clear, whatever my opinion is, whatever other people's opinions are, should be honestly irrelevant to like your personal opinion. If the world loves something, then that's awesome. If the world hates something, then okay, like my personal opinion is not going to change based on that, but it's also not going to be like a kind of resentful thing, because I feel like some people swear they don't care about other people's opinions, but it's also like they be kind of like hateful, like, no, I'm genuinely happy that people think this looks good. I feel like I'm speaking like I think this looks ass, like I think this looks okay, but like people think this looks good, so I am glad to see that. Genuinely, I love the teaser. I don't care if they never wear the costumes. I'm sure there will in the decade of movies Jon Stewart will appear in. I get the sentiment here, but I think it's maybe a little so imperative to show what people want to see, especially with characters that haven't had the best representation over the years. Like, of course, we're gonna see peak PogChamp Green Lantern moments on screen eventually. So like, why rush it? But also, if we're now in the first DC universe with a plan and cohesive building, I don't think it's that crazy to expect to see a presentable Green Lantern suit in the first show. I feel like that's kind of like bare minimum. They're calling it DC's Secret Invasion. Bro, we're on our third show. Please chill. This is giving Welcome to Derry all over again. Welcome to Derry is a good ass show. Like, that show is actually fire. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really pay attention to reception on the marketing of that show because I didn't really care before the show came out. I just like watched it when it came out, and that shit was good as like, that's a good ass show. Like, any hesitations I had on Andy Muschietti as far as Brave and the Bold are gone completely after watching that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna chalk the Flash up to studio or the writer like I got to, because bro, Welcome to Derry is actually like a peak show. That show is mad good. I hope this is a Welcome to Derry situation and Lanterns is also peak. That would be fantastic. Being a Green Lantern fan is a humiliation ritual at this point. This is so interesting. Like, I wonder why Green Lantern is so hard to do. Out of all things, you think space cops with magic rings would be easy to make cool or like compelling, but the shit just don't be hitting. I don't know why. It's so interesting. The idea of making the Green Lantern uniform something that they have to physically put on instead of a magic costume generated by the ring, presumably because that's not grounded enough, doesn't bode well for the rest of the show. Yeah, this is like the main thing for me. I'm scared this show is gonna be too grounded to the point where they're scared to embrace the more fantastical and silly sides of the Green Lantern mythos. Like I was talking about earlier with the mystery yellow-orange device, fear being the Green Lantern's weakness is a more modern concept. Originally, it was purely color-based, and yellow by itself, like just the color yellow, made the Green Lanterns weaker. Later, this was all changed to fit into the emotional spectrum system that it is now. But yeah, originally it was purely just a color thing. Now, obviously, we were never gonna get that level of extreme comic book silly shit, but to stray so far away from it to where like the source material is almost unrecognizable, all for the sake of being grounded, is a little bit worrying for me. Hopefully it's not true, and I'm just jumping to conclusions based off of a very short trailer. That would make me very happy, and I hope that is the case. There's plenty more tweets saying this isn't what people wanted, it doesn't give Green Lantern, it's ugly, they like it, everyone is crazy, whatever you want to find. There's a lot of tweets saying a lot of things. I think you get the picture. We have our first Green Lantern trailer. It's a little controversial, but can definitely still turn out to be very good nonetheless. I'm staying hopeful. I didn't love what I saw, but I don't want to judge it too harshly before seeing the full show. There are certain things that look promising. I think it ultimately can be good. And I just want to make it very clear, Twitter is an echo chamber. So like, you can see a million tweets saying this looks like shit and the rest of the world thinks it'll look great. As you can see from the YouTube ratio, the general consensus is definitely very positive. Twitter is just fun to look at. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on the trailer. If you think it's good, if you think it's bad, let me know down below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. We're almost at 100 subs, so that is pretty awesome. Otherwise, thank you for watching. This has been Double Creature. Bye.